kinds of good mental activities may or may not exist in the seventh and eighth consciousnesses depending on the state of development. They all exist in the sixth consciousness in a state of samadhi, except that if samadhi does not occur, there is no serenity. According to one interpretation, there are only 10 associated with the first 5 consciousnesses, because they are by nature distracted and unstable and devoid of serenity. According to another interpretation, serenity is associated with these 5 consciousnesses, because when they are good, as a result of the presence of samadhi, composure exists, and also because serenity is necessarily associated with the knowledge of perfecting the work, which is associated with samadhi. 16. The 5 feelings. With what feelings are the 11 good mental activities associated? 10 are associated with the 5 feelings. The 1, i.e., serenity, is culminated by sorrow and suffering, because of the feeling of distress and lack of composure.
17. Mental activities with specific objects. All 11 good mental activities can be associated with the 5 mental activities with specific objects, because there is no contradiction between faith, etc., and desire, etc. 18. Moral species. These 11 mental activities are exclusively good. 19. Realms. Serenity does not exist in the realm of desire. The remaining 10 are found in all 3 realms. 20. Stages of development. All 11 are found in all 3 stages of learner, post-learner, and neither learner nor post-learner. 21. The 3 eliminations. They are not eliminated by the path of insight. The Yogacarabhimi Sastra says that 6 faculties, indriya, faith, etc., are eliminated only by the path of cultivation, not by the path of insight. Other topics and distinctions should be considered according to the same principles.
22. The passions. We have now explained the good mental activities. What are the characteristics of the mental activities that are passions? Vasubandhu's verses say, the passions are craving, hatred, delusion, pride, doubt, and wrong views. The treatise says that these 6 are called passions because these 6 natures, craving, etc., constitute the fundamental passions. What is craving, raga? Its nature is that of defiled attachment to existence in the 3 realms, and its causes, and its activity is that of obstructing noncraving and generating suffering, because it is through the power of thirst, rsa, that the aggregates that are grasped are born. What is hatred, dvesa? Its nature is that of hatred for suffering and its causes, and its activity is that of obstructing non-hatred, causing discomfort and supporting evil conduct, because hatred necessarily causes affliction to body and mind and generates evil conduct, which is by nature bad.
What is delusion, moha? Its nature is that of confusion and dullness of wit concerning principles and events, and its activity is that of obstructing non-delusion and acting as the support of all defilements, because as a result of ignorance, one generates the passions and secondary passions of doubt, false views, craving, etc., karma, and all the defiled dharmas that instigate subsequent rebirth. What is pride, mana? Its nature is that of presumption that one is above all others, and its activity is that of obstructing non-pride and producing suffering, because if there is pride, one is not humble concerning merits and those who possess them, and the result is an endless turning of the wheel of death and rebirth and the experience of all suffering. There are 7 or 9 kinds of pride, produced in relation to the 3 grades, of inferior, equal, and superior, to oneself and to merits. All are eliminated in the path of insight and the path of cultivation. Since self-pride can occur even among the saints, Arya, it is not incorrect to say that pride exists even there.
What is doubt, visakitsa? Its nature is that of lack of certainty regarding truths and principles, and its activity is that of obstructing certainty and those things considered to be good, because for him who lacks certainty, the good is not generated. There is an interpretation that the essence of this doubt is discernment, because uncertain judgment is doubt, because the meaning of doubt is derived from the prefix 6 plus the root madi, ic, vimadi, which means doubt, and madi, meaning discernment, is the same as prajna, which also means discernment or wisdom. According to another interpretation, doubt has its own substance, because it causes uncertainty of discernment and is not the same as discernment. The Yogacarabini Sastra says that of the six passions, wrong views exist only conventionally, since they are aspects of discernment, but all the others really exist, because they have natures. If you hold that discernment is doubt because of the derivation from 6 plus mati, then knowing must be consciousness, because of 6 plus jna li J7 yana means knowing, and vijfna or 6 plus jefna means consciousness. However, the meaning of a verbal root changes because of the prefix, which is why doubt is not discernment by nature.
What are wrong views, Kudrasti? They have as their nature defiled discernment, consisting of perverted judgment concerning truths and principles, and their activity is that of obstructing correct views and bringing on suffering. He who has wrong views often experiences suffering. There are 5 modes of wrong views. The first is the view of the aggregates as a person, i.e., the 5 grasped aggregates are held to be a self and what belongs to a self, atmatmya, and this view acts as a support for all wrong views. There are 20 or 65 different forms of wrong views categorized as originating in discrimination. The second mode of wrong views is that of extreme views. Its activity is that of adopting views of eternalism and annihilationism vis-a-vis the view of the aggregates as a self, and obstructing the continued practice of the middle way and emancipation. Different one-sided views comprise extreme views, clinging to the past, with 4 theories of general eternalism and 4 of partial eternalism, and clinging to the future, with 16 views of conscious existence, 8 views of absence of consciousness, and 8 theories concerning neither consciousness nor unconsciousness, etc., all categorized as originating in discrimination.
The third is heterodox views, i.e., criticism of cause, effect, karma, and realities, with the exception of 4 views. They include all other false attachments, just as the name dominant condition refers to all conditions, except cause, condition as object, and simultaneous condition. Of the different extremist views that comprise heterodox views is one that clings to the past, with 2 theories of non-causality, 4 deceptive and confusing theories concerning the limits, etc., of the world, and deathlessness. Also, there is speculation about the future, including 5 theories about nirvana in the present. Or there is speculation about a master of the world, Isvara, Sakra, Brahma, and others of this sort being eternal and unchanging. Or there is speculation that the master of the universe is the cause of all things, or the perverse speculation about false liberation, or the false position that that which is not the path is the path. All these are categorized as heterodox views.
The fourth is clinging to heterodox views, thirsty paramarsa. It consists of holding that various heterodox views and the aggregates that support them are the most excellent and that they will secure purity. Its activity is that of supporting conflict. The fifth wrong view is that of clinging to mere personal morality and ritualism, silavrati paramarsa. It is the notion that to follow various views, personal morality, and purity, along with the aggregates that support these, is the most excellent and secures purity. Its activity is that of acting as a support for fruitless activity and suffering. However, there are sources that say that attachment to something as most excellent is called clinging to heterodox views, and clinging to what secures purity is called clinging to personal morality. However, these sources are vague and nonspecific, or else what they say is a concession. Otherwise, why is it said that taking non-cessation as cessation and that which is not the path as the path are wrong views and not the 2 kinds of clinging?